Should be live now. You want to go hop on and check?
Yeah, just give me a sec.
Turn out the audio is too. Meanwhile, hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Eri Watkin, and today we are playing Sly 2, Band of Thieves. Oh, and I'm joined by my good friend, Joshua.
Yes, I am back.
Joshua, do all the plugs.
Well, I'm trying to find your stream first.
Oh gosh, did I not turn you down?
Okay, there we go.
I just saw red for a split second there. It's like, just before the stream started, like I haven't changed any of the audio settings.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fine too, so I don't know why it's in the red, but yeah, anyways, okay, now I can plug because I checked. So yeah, I mean, you can check me out on Otaku Oasis podcast or Otaku Oasis Plays, although potentially not as much on that second one at the moment, just because mostly we haven't had, or at least I haven't had time to get together to record Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, so mostly the podcast channel, though. I can guarantee I'm in basically about every single video on that one.
I'm trying to think if there was a video we've done without you. I don't think there is.
There might have been like a Tears of the Kingdom video or two on there that I'm not in.
There might be. You're right.
But majority of it I am in.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, so again, with the like upscaling of this game, you'll notice everything extends not quite to the border of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's is it a small detail that doesn't really affect much? Sure. But at the same time, it loses some of the charm when there's an obvious graphical glitch 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
So I found out it does actually keep my game saves from when I had PlayStation Now, even though PlayStation Now no longer exists. So we're gonna start a new game.
I had a feeling that might have been the case.
Yeah. Oh, also, I totally forgot, but there was 100% a cheat codes that can warp you to any episode in the game.
And which one? This one or
This
the
one.
first one?
This is Peking Duck. I hear you, Blizzard.
No, Sly, I'm the wizard, and you're sitting duck.
I read you loud and clear, Lizard.
No, I'm... Forget it, you're not taking this seriously.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, Bentley, I know this is your first time out in the field, but you've gotta loosen up. If we're going to get to those clockwork parts, I need you on your toes. So in plain talk, what's your status?
Well, I've established myself in the basement, and I'm pretty sure I can rewire the service elevator if you can power it up from that security station.
Hang tough, pal. It might take some time, but I'll figure out a way to get up there.
Okay. Actually, if you want to look up the cheat codes for this game as well, you can. Do not touch. Okay. That's the clogging symbol. Okay.
Is there any reason to pull it up, or?
There's a couple that I might use. There's a couple power-ups that I know you get through cheat codes, but I can't think of what the codes were for those power-ups.
Which one are you thinking?
Talking Tom and Time Rush, I think is what they're called.
Okay. Do you want them now, or?
Sure, I can input them now, I think. No, I can't.
Okay.
Oh, no, I can.
Just let me.
You haven't purchased in okay. So here, give them to me now.
All right. For the Talking Tom, it's left, left, down, right, and then Obviously, you press start before entering all of it.
Did that work? Yes, it did.
All right, and then let's see, are you good for the second
Yep.
one or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm already.
So start down, down, up, down, right, left.
There we go. Sweet.
Okay. Is the mega jump just not that good, or?
The mega jump you can only get after 100% completion.
I see.
It's really good. You've already beaten the game. And I think I knew in the back of my... I'm gonna be honest, I did not know I could break that. Wait, I gotta try this again. I had no clue I could break that. I love this little, like, starting area. Like, it's not a lot, but, like, gives me nice memories.
And I think it also gives you just a good chance to get used to the gameplay as well, by the looks of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's this whole starting mission sets the vibe of the game so great.
Okay, I spliced the wires. Ouch!
It,
Hold on.
it tells you you're playing a different game than the first one.
Okay. Let me at that security computer.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely running into cloud streaming glitches already.
Ooh, gotta love those.
Yeah.
There goes the laser security.
The frame rate's
system.
kind of
I'm
all over
working
the
on
place.
security gate.
It's not, like, too bad, but you definitely know it's, like, there.
Well, hopefully there isn't any, like, really bad platforming sections in this game.
Thanks, pal. For your first time out, you did pretty well.
Oh, this
Third one definitely has the
operation is
worst.
far from complete.
Worst not
Now
as
that
in
the
bad, but
lasers
worst
and
as
the
in, like...
spotlights are offline, Murray should be
Annoying?
moving into position
No,
for
like, the
your
good. The
rendezvous.
good platforming
I'll
sections.
stay here
but
and
they're
provide
difficult.
computer support while you
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like, very timing. Yeah, like, it's a true test of skill. I actually like them, but they're just... Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I do love, like, the paintings here, like Raleigh from the first game. A lot of concept art. Yeah, they just put, like, concept art, like, Panda King. Panda King. Concept art of, Sly's original design.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It just, of course that'd be in a museum. Why wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bentley. Yep, here's all the original designs. Mugshot as well. Raleigh again. Ms. Ruby. I'm just trying to get money now. Yeah, the guards here are just kind of for show, though.
I see.
Oh, dang it.
To my information,
Gonna lose those coins.
the clockwork parts are being stored up there. Now to get access, you're gonna have to meet up with Murray at the rendezvous point. Unfortunately, the route through the garden is filled with guards.
No problem. I'll just take the long way around.
If memory serves, you need to jump and hit the circle button to run along ropes.
Love that they don't even like spell out circle button. It's a pictogram of the circle button. Yeah. Yeah, like just this, like as a kid, blew my mind. It's like going over a busy street.
Okay, I don't mean this in a mean way, but what exactly about it? Just
Or just like being a little kid on the PS2, playing as a thief, like running over busy streets and breaking into museums and stuff like that. Like
Murray must have gotten lost
it,
along the way.
it's very like Saturday morning cartoon base, like inspired, I
see.
should say. And just that I think it's why I like the archetype of like the rogue gentleman thief, because Sly very much is that kind of archetype.
Greetings, citizen. I hope you weren't harmed by my meteoropic entrance.
No, Murray, I kept at a safe distance.
Good, good. The Thunderflop knows neither friend nor foe, only destruction.
Yeah, could you maybe channel some of that raw energy into this security gate?
Of course, it is nothing before the Murray.
is the voice actor doing a bit of a deeper register for him than the first game?
All clear.
Yeah. Yeah, Murray's personality probably changed the most between games. Before he was just kind of a scaredy like cat, but like he could drive, and now he has the persona of the Murray. He's got the
I
mask
see.
and gloves like a wrestler.
Before you. Fear not, I shall bend it like the truth.
Solid work, Murray. You're really in the zone.
My hulking frame is too much for that puny rope. You go ahead and unlock the doors from the inside. I'll be waiting in the hallway to help you carry out the clockwork parts.
Yeah, that was definitely one thing about this game, was that they wanted all the different characters to be unique. Well, I'll explain later.
Alright.
I'll explain when we actually get to that part of the game.
I don't get it, Sly. The clockwork part should be here. This is all wrong. We need to pull the plug on this operation right now.
Freeze, Cooper.
Inspector Fox. As beautiful and unpredictable as ever.
Whereas you crooks are so predictable. You always return
New voice
to the scene
actress.
of the crime.
Crime?
Yeah.
I haven't stolen anything.
Also, these
Yeah.
two characters have the
Really?
same voice
Then
actress.
who broke in last night and made off with all the clockwork parts?
Wait,
You got the motive.
Someone already stole the parts?
Don't play dumb with me.
Her
That's
and
not
her.
Have been him, Carmelita. The method of entry and guard casualties all point to this being a claw gang job.
The Claw Gang?
that's not confusing in the slightest, no?
I allowed you to sit in
I actually think they do a good enough job. Well, she does a good enough
You
job
don't need
doing the two
any
different
help.
ones.
Oh, I think you might. Look at the
Yeah,
facts.
I know, but I mean, I'm just also very well ear trained on VAs, so.
I mean, as a kid, I wasn't, and I couldn't tell I was the same person.
You can't run forever.
That said, also the panicking statue for the first game.
Come back here, Ringtail.
Oh, jeez. Wait up, Fly.
Shake a leg, Murray. It's time to go.
Hold still.
She's still not a great shot, but it is kind of fun, this idea of running away.
Stop, thief.
This wasn't part of the plan. Yeah, well, this is where things get fun.
And her AI is broken. Oh, never mind, she's back.
You can't run forever. Hey, come back here, Ringtail.
This is getting a little hot. You guys go warm up the van. I'll keep Carmelita busy.
You're all going to jail.
Pick me up at the rendezvous.
Stop, thief.
Yeah, now all the police are surrounding us. You see the Cooper van driving away, being chased.
Hold still.
Like, to me, like, this is just as cool as the Persona 5 opening. And part of why I even find, like, Persona 5 so interesting as a game is because... Not that they, like, were directly inspired. I have no clue if any one Persona team knows of Sly Cooper. But just very much that same kind of feel, that same archetype.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Phantom Thief type characters in media, so...
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying that, like they were inspired by Sly Cooper by any means. But it's just that archetype, which this was my introduction to it.
Carmelita's just as angry as ever. She's really quite lovely when she's angry.
Break in to do a job, the job goes horribly wrong, gotta run away from the police, jumping through glass.
Or an intentional clue. Either way, it's our only lead on the missing Clockwork parts. Clockwork. He was consumed with jealousy for the Cooper clan's thieving reputation. Is it inappropriate to refer to him as a monster? No, not at all. What kind of person stays alive for hundreds of years with the express intention of wiping out a rival's family line? Imagine the hatred fueling that first decision to replace his mortal body with soulless machinery. Ultimately, it did the trick. Clockwork lived on. He caught up with my parents, and I wound up in an orphanage. It's there that I met my pals, Bentley, the brains of our outfit, and Murray, the brawn. They turned out to be all the family I needed. 2 years ago, I thought I'd finished it. How naive to think I could so easily put an end to that kind of hatred. And now he's back. In pieces, sure, but the threat is real. Does the Claw Gang even realize what they've stolen? I don't know what's in my future, but I won't let it be a repeat of my past.
Sly 2, Band of Thieves. So here, instead of having the old train car as a mission select screen, we just have an episode menu.
I see.
So we can watch the movies, or we can go straight to episode 1. Which again, I love that they're called episodes, because again, the whole Saturday morning cartoon feel, which...
Yeah, it definitely adds to it.
Yeah. It was 100% intentional. Like, they've gone on record.
Oh
saying,
yeah,
like,
I mean, I think the influence is obvious.
yeah.
Not
Well,
that it's a bad thing. I'm just like...
no, but like, think about what the title cards are. It's Sly Cooper in the Black Chateau.
Mhm.
Sly Cooper in Vicious Voodoo, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the Adventures of Tintin, almost.
I had to call in a few favors to get the goods on the Claw Gang's local operator, Dimitri, a sort of underworld celebrity, equally at home in high-class art circles and shady back-alley crimes. He was once a passionate young art student who worked hard to develop his own visionary style. Unfortunately, the art world wasn't quite ready for his kinetic aesthetic. So he gave them what they wanted and started forging old masterpieces. His way of punishing those with bad taste. Dimitri now runs a nightclub on the west side. The thumping music, colorful light shows, and a hint of danger lure in chic young patrons from far and wide. And it's here, hidden somewhere, where we'll find the Clockwork Tail Feathers. What Dimitri plans to do with the Clockwork part is beyond me. But those plans end tonight.
Sly Cooper and the gang in the Black Chateau. What I love too is that Sly is supposed to be French.
Mm-hmm.
And this episode specifically takes place right in his home territory.
Ah.
Like, the safe house in this isn't even like a temporary safe house. It is legitimately just the home base. So, here's where I would sell my loot, if I had any. Also, I can buy upgrades eventually.
Eventually.
When I get money.
I tell you, Bentley, it's gonna be a real pleasure robbing this nightclub.
I share in your enthusiasm, but before we hit the inside, we'll need to do a little reconnaissance work.
What do you have in mind?
I've installed this special antenna on the safe house to help with our first job, hacking into Dimitri's satellite array. The coordinates for the job start beacon have been uploaded to your binocucom. Make your way to this position, and I'll give you a full briefing on our objective.
I'm on my way.
Before we go and do any missions, the clue bottles have returned this game. But if you notice, big overworld,
If you click the L
and
button,
that hologram's just in the middle of a normal spot in the overworld, which was one of the big changes between the first and the second game.
What was it?
We're in a giant overworld, and the missions now take place within that overworld versus having
Oh, I see.
splintered
Instead
off.
of being like kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was one of the big changes was instead of doing kind of random, like, Crash Bandicoot style levels, to get, like, keys to open something, now you're doing missions for a giant operation. Like,
Yeah.
Everything you do now is in service of one giant heist at the end of the episode. So it's 30 clue bottles, and that's consistent between all episodes. It's 30 locked.
That's good. Although I assume they're much more spread out.
Yeah, they're all spread out over the overworld area. But the first one's not too bad to get them all. And actually, I'm not going to do it for too long, but one thing that is helpful is turning off the music volume. Because the clue bottles this time around have a little ticking noise. So, yeah, it's actually... I figured that out as a kid. It was very beneficial to turn off the music to find them.
I see.
Yeah. Sly being acrobatic and get all the way to the top of the world. I should have been spotted there. But yeah. I'm gonna turn the music back on because it does get a little lonely without music. I won't turn it all the way up though. Yeah, Sly is pretty weak. It takes quite a few hits to knock him out. What I really love about the clue balls now is that, like, And the levels, like, sure you kind of have to explore the levels a little bit, but there's no real interest in like exploring the levels. And here, it really forces you to get familiar with these worlds before the operations. And figure out the best way to navigate them.
That makes sense.
So I got 18 of 30. No, there's still some more up here. Can I go in here? Okay, I can't yet. Yeah, so some guards will have shiny back pockets, and that means that there's something good to loot.
A good denotation of it.
Yeah. So yeah, so like you have to be careful pickpocketing, or specifically killing, because it makes noise. But like here, doesn't have a shiny back pocket, but all guards are good for some pocket change.
I'm assuming money definitely plays a bigger part in this game than the first.
Yeah, so now you have health. There is no live feature. It's just if you die, you go to a checkpoint.
It's kind of good because lives were kind of becoming a bit of an outdated concept at this time.
Yeah, well, and that plus like it just didn't. It doesn't fit this type of game for sure, because this is a more open type of game. But even still, like even in the original one, there wasn't a lot of penalty for losing all your lives. Like
That's true.
yeah, like, and I'm not saying there should have been a penalty for it, but it's just one of those things of like, if it's not really adding anything, why keep it?
Exactly.
So, I'm overall glad that the life didn't return. No hablo español. No hablo inglés. Oh, come on! Yeah, I'm just gonna do it the slow, old-fashioned way. The music gets quieter.
Yeah.
And I am not with it today. I like took a nap right before we started streaming. That's why I was late.
That's alright.
Yeah.
I definitely was not up until 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, you were up when I went to work. But I also definitely didn't get to sleep until like midnight last night, so you know, we're both healthy individuals.
Okay, I was spending the entire night translating stuff. Just lost track of time.
Fair.
Probably also wasn't at my fastest since I had work yesterday and then I did a whole bunch of other stuff afterwards.
Yeah, that'll do it. I've surprisingly been pretty good about streaming this whole week, though. Like,
Yeah, I noticed. I'm like, I would have joined, but man, I work this week. I've been really busy.
yeah.
Though I need to check with them tomorrow because I think they accidentally set one of my shifts next week as 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. of the next day, and I'm like, I don't think that's right.
That sounds perfectly normal. Only 4 more bottles. Now this is where it starts getting tricky. And you can also just come across them while you're doing missions and stuff, so it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's one specific mission that I want to find all the clue balls before I do. So, I'll probably return to this hunt relatively quickly. But let's actually go back here and see if I can buy my power-ups. Not quite yet for Slides. Okay, let's go do the mission. This is also a lot of the fun of the game too, where it's like, it's almost like the floor is lava.
It makes sense, I guess, because you really don't want to be spotted being a thief.
Yeah, like the
That
entire
analogy
game.
is not inapt.
Yeah, like being on the ground level is dangerous because that's where most of the guards are. You're more easy to be spotted and ganged up on. Like flashlight guards cannot get to the rooftops. The smaller guards still can, but there's less of them, and you can more easily deal with them. Like a lot of this game is finding height and figuring out how to stay high. Where was it? It's back here. Oh crap, I didn't see you there. Like I said, very easy to run into guards.
Sly, I need you to hack into Dimitri's communication array so that we'll have access to his database.
How am I supposed to do that?
To start, you'll need to get to the top of that tower. Then reposition the satellite dish to point at my safe house antenna. If you want to climb on stuff, jump and hit the circle button to grab hold. Try climbing up that pipe.
Right. Jump and press the circle button to climb pipes. I'm on it.
Didn't you already do that?
What, this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice
Why
thing,
is it
like,
good?
because technically, like, this is still a tutorial area. In the last game, in the last tutorial, all I did was, rail walk? I can't speak. Rail walk. But that's not climbing, so he's, like, specifying, like, oh yeah, it's a climb. It's the same thing. But the nice thing is, Sly has all of his
I've projected holographic
old
markers
capabilities
near
from the
attractive
get-go.
objects like this
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
at
it
least,
when, like, I like it when sequels kind of do that.
yeah, because the thing about, like, what the first
Or
game
at least
was.
give you a good reason as to why you're starting from zero.
Yeah. Well, because the entire first game was, hey, there's a book that his family wrote about how to be a master thief, but it was stolen from him before he had a chance to learn. So he was stealing back the pages from the book. That was the whole game, was stealing back the pages. Now
Yeah.
he's had that book for 2 years. He's
Yeah.
learned from it. He has the ability to walk on rails and to climb pipes and to spire jump.
To do those things right off the bat.
Yeah. It's like, no, you don't need to relearn that. Like, no, you can just do it. You're a master
No, I
thief
know,
now.
but
Have fun.
I just do actually appreciate when games allow you to keep like what you've gotten from the first game, you know?
Yeah. And all of, like, the side, like, the optional ones you don't keep, but also most of those abilities sucked anyways.
first one's in position. I'm
Yeah. I'm like, unless they improve the sneaking thing.
click the
Yeah.
L3 button to locate your next objective.
I guess technically he also can't turn invisible, but again, that I'm not missing that one.
Yeah, those two were not the best.
Yeah. Well, that plus, like, in this game, and the way he turned invisible standing still definitely would not be handy. But like, it was very much built around like the Panda King's laser wall stuff, the moving lasers. And this game just doesn't have that, so it's more broken than anything, but like in a dumb way. It's less broken and more broken.
Yeah.
This game's not built around having that thing, but also it's not built around having that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, only one more to go. Activate your Leak Fast Amateur by pressing the L3 button to find the last dish waypoint. Remember, the view is always better from a rooftop. Sly, you can hold down the R1 button while walking to break into a fast run, but be careful, as this is sure to be loud enough to alert any guards in the vicinity.
There it is. It's like I hear that somewhere. Let's go back and finish this mission. Job completed.
Nice work, Sly. I'm downloading from Dimitri's mainframe as
Oh, his poor hat.
All in a night's work. So, where do we go from here?
Your next job is to break into the nightclub and take some reconnaissance photos of the clockwork tail feathers. To get inside, you'll have to sneak through an old wine cellar beneath town.
Okay, I'll head out for the cellar.
That was close. Let's go see if this. I can hear the clue bottle close by. I feel like I can hear it faintly, but I can't. I don't know. Let's get started with the mission. So this is one of those odd ones that, I shouldn't say odd ones, it's quite a bit, but it technically does take you out of the overworld, but it still
See you, little buddy.
has some
Guess the
cohesion
way
in the
through a
world.
wine cellar is guarded by those rats.
I see.
Bentley thought you might like some
Yeah,
hamburger
so I'm
and
guessing you're able to collect the clue bottle. Well, I mean, I guess you were able to before, just...
outnumbered.
Is it easier to do after the mission is complete, or...?
All right, pal. Let's get to it.
It depends on the missions. Like, there's some missions where there's really no restrictions, and then there's some where there's quite a few restrictions.
I see.
So like this one, I'm entirely indoors. There's no clue bottles in here.
Well, I mean by, like, once you finish it and whatnot, like...
Oh, no, there's nothing that helps me find them.
Got it.
Technically, I'll have more power-ups, and I'll be more familiar, and just by the nature of doing missions that spread out across the map, I'll find a few if I just would buy naturally.
Hold on, Sly.
But
Let me run those bars for you.
it's
There
not
you
like either
go.
way
To get
there's a
over this
huge
thing,
difference.
You'll have to double jump.
I see.
Hit the X button to jump. Then, while in the air, press it again to get some extra air time.
Teach me how to double jump now.
Looks like you're on your own from here.
I'm used to it. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, partner.
Also, one of the cool things about his double jump is that it actually doesn't. I don't know if this. I should say this is cool. But one thing that I like is that it's kind of realistic, and that he doesn't get a whole lot more air. Like it's not like he's like jumping on thin air. He just kind of does a flip, tucking his legs in, so he's higher off from the ground.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
Yeah, like here. Like he's not re-jumping, he's just tucking in his legs.
Uh-huh.
It's like it's semi-realistic. I'm not gonna say it's 1-to-1.
I mean, yeah, I mean, a double jump in itself is technically unrealistic, but...
Doing a flip, though, it's not. But like, if you're not intentionally doing a flip from the start of the jump, you're probably not gonna just do it
Yeah.
in the middle of your jump arc. Like here, like, I can climb onto that. But here, I'm just kind of like vaulting myself over with the double jump. I'm not clearing it by a mile.
In order to get past these lasers, you need to crawl under that table. To do that, get near the table and press the circle button. These flashlight guards are too tough to fight head on. Crawl under the tables to sneak around him.
Were you able to fight them later on, or...?
Oh, I could. Well, actually, the mission might have failed me now only because they wanted to teach me, so then I put a restriction on it. But yeah, you can fight them. They're harder. They definitely take more hits than the other two types of guards, but they're not that difficult.
I see. So I'm like, you tell me the odds, I'm gonna test them, you know?
Yeah. Like, actually, let me see if it fails me here. I don't. Well, never mind. I'm used to that. I was like, let me see, and I'm like, nah. I'll show you when we go out to the overworld.
This air vent leads into Dimitri's nightclub. Hit the circle button to crawl inside. In order to shut down those yellow lasers, you'll need to take out that guard. Sneak up behind him and press the triangle button to knock him into the air. Then the square button to slam and finish him off.
There you go.
Got that? The triangle button, then the square button.
Yes, they're here to try and teach me the stealth strike, but I already know stealth strike, so I don't need to listen to the. There's a way to get up there. I'm trying to remember how. I think it's over here. I think I have to backtrack for that.
Sneak attack slam move only works on guards who haven't seen you. Wait until this guy turns his back, and then let him have it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only world, I was thinking about what you're saying about the clue bottles, and the only world where I could think it would actually be easier to wait is, I think, episode 5,
Attack won't work. It's purely
because
a
you
stealth move.
you get a special item in world 5.
Mm-hmm. Man.
But
So, Oshinoko finished up. I guess,
Dang, season
yeah,
2
2
I
days
heard.
ago. Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
gonna
just-
binge at all.
Just getting it so close just makes me really excited because the next arc is another one that I'm really looking forward to seeing adapted.
Do we know when season 2 is, or just that there
No,
is a
I'm
season
just
2?
gonna. There is a season 2. If I had to assume anything, especially considering that they announced it like right after the end of season 1, I'm gonna imagine it's probably gonna be within a year.
Another air vent. Judging
Yeah.
by that angle, it should lead to the printing
And
press room.
Kaguya-sama was like a year, right? Between seasons?
Kaguya-sama has always been exactly like a year between it, except for the movie, basically.
Yeah, that's right. You're up here. So there's no real reason to come up here, but you can. Oh, frick. Thought I dodged that. And now I'm back at the starting area. Again, there was no reason to program any of this. This never is useful. Like, you never come back to this area after this mission. There's no guards up here. There's no real treasure to be found besides some breakable items. And you get a few coins, I guess. Well, this.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, let me check.
That scares me. I have my